often ask how I intertwine spiritual principles into my everyday life. And rather than it be something I do, it's about who I am. Hi, I'm Gayle Maree from Six Dimensions of Healing. I've been a spiritual counsellor now for over 23 years, helping people to find their inner connection and live a life they love. Spirituality and daily life seems so separate to many people. Living a higher life of joy and love and peace seems a long way from the hectic pace of work and life. But you take yourself with you wherever you go, be it work, home, or to a party. You have to take someone with you to work every day, so why not make it someone you like, the best of you? Rather than getting out your old shoes and feel that well-worn comfort each morning, get out the shiny new red ones that were under the bed, the ones that make you sing inside, the ones that you haven't worn in yet. Even if they don't go with your outfit and they stand out, wear the new shoes, the ones you've been keeping for some time special, because this is a special time. This is your life. You only have this one right now, and it doesn't get any more special than that. Those shoes represent the freedom and love of a life you have hidden within, the appreciation of life's treasures, and the optimism that comes with knowing life is working for you. Spirituality isn't about church. Native cultures have known that since time began. They prayed and loved and have never stepped foot into a church. It doesn't mean they aren't spiritual, though. It just means that spirituality is within and not found in a certain place. Even though if you have found that church is a special place where you can find your inner connection, then that's wonderful. But spirituality comes from within. Believe it or not, we were all born spiritual. From spirit. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience and not the other way around. Therefore, if we don't get in the way of that spirituality we were born with, then we live our lives as connected on our soul path and following our inner soul guidance. This means that life unfolds beautifully. Our inner spirit calls forth the experiences of love and brings us closer to the fun and joy we chose for our path when we came into this life. You were born with spiritual principles. Therefore, it's your birthright to be spiritual. So, where did this go pear-shaped? Well, as a youngster, you began to experience life through someone else's eyes, someone who had a different life experience, a person who had forgotten they were born a spiritual being and instead thought we were here to learn from them to traverse the obstacles in life. And in doing this, they moulded you into a sculpture of their own making. That's when you thought that you needed others to teach you more, as you got the idea that you weren't whole and complete, that there was actually something wrong with you that needed fixing. And there never was. But the more you tried to learn from other people's ways, the more lost you became, and the more that seemed to need fixing. And that's how you came to get further and further from the fully expressive spiritual being you were born as. It's no wonder that people now feel so lost and disconnected. But there is a solution, because your own spiritual principles are found through your connection with your higher self. It's time to recognize that you are a spiritual being first, and as so, you have a connection to infinite intelligence. That's right, the intelligence of the universe is connected with you, through you, and to you. The discomfort you ever feel when something unwanted happens is a feeling of pinching yourself off from that inner connection and guidance. It's like a child who has had his safety blanket ripped away from him just when he needs it the most. Or an adult whose relationship falls apart after a few years. It's painful. But the only way to console yourself is by connecting with your inner being, your soul guidance, the infinite intelligence who is always calling you towards. When you remember your own spiritual principles, the ones you were born with, you get to feel free again. You get to feel the joy within. You smile at life. Feel the need to uplift others and share your excitement with those around you. This is your inner spiritual being, the one you take with you everywhere, even to work. It's who you were born, not who you were born to be, but actually who you were born. So how do we follow the spiritual life we were born with? Well, we just stop doing those things that are stopping us, like the judgment, the resentment, the anger, the sadness, the fear, the insecurity. They're okay for a while, but not to stay in, because they aren't who we are. They were adopted and they don't work for us, ever, not long term. Of course, it isn't easy because you forget that you really do want to feel great. You think that by attacking others, that it will make you feel more secure, but it doesn't. It may for a moment, and then it leaves you empty inside. Because you've pinched yourself off from your own soul guidance, the one that was with you when you were born. How we connect and get back on our soul path and following our soul's blueprint is by making a conscious decision. This decision is the opposite to what you've been experiencing, and it's simple. It's a choice to look for what's working in life, appreciate it, and feel great about it. When this choice is made, you've changed paths to follow your own spiritual principles. From fault finding to uplifting. From noticing what's going wrong to looking for evidence of what's working. And you will always find evidence of what you're looking for, no matter what that is. This may mean switching off the news at night time. It may mean letting go of some of your friends or finding a new relationship or a different job, and it will happen naturally. Instead, spend more time connected with nature. The reason nature is so rejuvenating is because it's not trying to sell you anything. It simply shares its joy, peace, and simplicity. So do animals. It doesn't judge or have opinions. It's flowing with spiritual energy. Using meditation will help you to return to peace, to the joyous being you were when you began this life journey. And when this happens, things begin to change in your life because you no longer live by the same rules. It doesn't mean life will be perfect, because that isn't what spirituality is about. It means you'll have choices. You'll have experiences and adjust your direction as easily as if you were the wind itself. Life will work for you and not against you. You are and always have been a spiritual being experiencing a physical life, and not the other way around. To be spiritual is to know that you are not alone in the universe, and it has your back, no matter who you are. You don't need to deserve or earn it. It's your birthright. Nobody can define whether you're spiritual or not. You'll know by how you feel, because you came into this life knowing that you could create anything you wanted. And if you could imagine it, you could create it, and the universe would help you. Even though you would collaborate with others to realize your dreams, you in no way needed their permission to thrive. So here are 6 spiritual principles to take with you wherever you go. Number 1. I always deserve to feel great, no matter what's going on around me. Number 2, I was born worthy. I don't need permission to be worthy. Number 3, my birthright is freedom, so I embrace it. Number 4, I am an unlimited spiritual being having a physical experience. Number 5, nothing is broken. I don't need to fix anything or anyone. And number 6, I am always connected to infinite intelligence, even though I may pinch it off at times. When you embrace these 6 principles, you've incorporated a spiritual life. And because you take this person, you, to work, you're living a spiritual life at work too. It's not only a game changer, but you take back control of your life. And things automatically change for the better. It's universal law. Thanks for joining me.